Communication, or lack thereof, is the great divide between success and failure. Anybody here have children? Ever asked your children to clean their room before? You ever walk up in the room before and look around and go, "Oh, I told you to clean your room." And they look at you with that stupefied look and say, "I did." Ever happened to you before? All right. They did exactly what you asked them to do. Your child cleaned their room. They cleaned their room the way that they would clean it. If you would have said, "I need you to clean your room, honey," which means take the clothes off the floor so I see that there is a floor, and please make your bed and dust off the furniture, chances are they probably would have done that. Okay? Maybe. Maybe not on the right side of the room here. But actually, chances are they would have, because you clarified your intent and they knew what the expectation was. Sometimes we expect people to read our minds. You know? Communication is the same thing. You have to eliminate gray area in communication, because if people don't know the truth, they'll make up their own truth. So you got to kind of tell them exactly what you want. When I used to be 20 in a different life years ago, I was the safety and security director for a large clothing company. It starts with an L and ends in Ann's End. And at the corporate headquarters in Dodgeville. And I used to have guys, 25 guys on 3 shifts I was responsible for. So on third shift, I'd go in on third shift and work with them and help them out and stuff like that. Because the thing is, none of us are any better than the person next to us. We just have a different role, that's all. We're all just trying to make it through this thing called life, last time I checked. So nobody's any better than anybody. We just have different roles and different goals. But when I was there, I would go in on third shift and I would tell somebody, "Here's how you eliminate communication errors. Joe, I need you to get the speed bumps down by 3 o'clock this morning, because by 4 o'clock, people start coming in and we want to be out of their way and have them down so the job looks complete." Do you understand what I'm saying? "Yeah, you bet, we'll have it done." So I come in the next day and it's not done. So, of course, I have 2 choices. I can either get really mad and say, "I'm going to fire him because it wasn't done," or I can sit down and say, "Joe, what happened?" You say, "Well, we just got busy. We didn't get to it." Okay? Now, how can I fix that problem? What I should have done is said, "Joe, we got to get them speed bumps down by 3 o'clock because we want to have the job done and be out of the way, because people start coming in by 4, and it's our responsibility to make their life as easy as possible." "Okay, no problem, Ray. All right, Joe, this is really important to the process here, so I need you to tell me what I just asked you." So now he can say, "Well, you said the speed bumps need to be done by 3, and listen." So you see what I'm doing here is I'm getting confirmation back to make sure not only did he hear me, but he listened to me. He listened to me and heard me, so I know we're on the same page. There's no gray area. So tomorrow, if it's not done, now I have the ammunition, if you will, or the knowledge to say, "Okay, why wasn't that done?" Because I know you understood how important that was. See, communication is not that difficult. What I would tell you guys, if you ever want communication with somebody, is just to ask for verification. If it's important, "Okay, what did we just agree on?" And now you know. If he doesn't tell you, now you can tell him again until he does get it. But it's really simple. You know, it's just sometimes not that easy, I guess. March 30th, 1981, what happened? Anybody know? We know what that picture of? Reagan. The assassination attempt on the President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. Okay? There's 2 communication failures that occurred here that never should have happened. And they're the same communication failures that happen in businesses and school districts all throughout this country on a daily basis. Okay? Here's the scene. This is the roped off press line. I know that's a bad picture, but can you see everybody's kind of smiling, kind of excited? Except what's wrong with that guy in the back? He's doing one of these things. He's got a scowl on his face. Now, the United States Secret Service and the Washington, D.C. uniformed police officer were the 2 entities doing this detail. The uniformed police officers were responsible for watching this line here. Now, a couple things happened. There's the cop right there. And it's amazing because he's looking the wrong way, and that was the problem. What happened was, now if I was the police officer and I'm standing by that line, watching that line, and I see everybody having a good time, I see that guy back there, I would have probably went back there and said, "Excuse me, sir, you having a bad day? Can I help you with something?" Because he doesn't look happy. It's out of character. It's out of place. So that's a nonverbal communication. That's a red flag to me. Now what happened actually was Ronald Reagan was giving a speech to a union group at the Washington Hilton Hotel, and he had to walk out the door, and he had 10 paces to get to the presidential limousine. So as he's walking out, well, nonverbal communication was the first problem. The second one was this gentleman's supervisor obviously didn't clarify the intent of what the importance of that guy's role was when he put him in that position by the rope line, because he should have said, "You know, Bob, You're watching the rope line, and for 20 seconds of your life, when the president starts walking out that door, you will not turn around and look at the president. Your sole goal in your life for 20 seconds is to watch his rope line. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, I do, Ray. Bob, I need you to repeat that to me because this is very important. I need to know that you understand. So he repeats it to me, boom, done. He probably would have never turned around. My guess is that wasn't clarified like that because as soon as the president comes out and everybody starts going, hey, Mr. President, this guy by the rope line goes, wow, it's the president. When he did that, John Hinckley walked to the front of the line, fired off 6 shots in 1.8 seconds, shooting 4 people, almost killing 1 person at point-blank range. You ever hear the Brady Bill? That's a result of that. He was shot right between the eyes, trying to crawl into a storm sewer. He finally didn't fit, so he had to lay there in a pool of his own blood because this guy was trying to impress Jodie Foster. That's why he did it. He thought that she might go on a date with him if he killed the President of the United States of America. Wow. That should have never happened. So can communication be a matter of life and death here? Of course it can. Hopefully not in life and death, but life and death of a process or a situation or a new program or whatever. So always take the time to communicate clearly because gray area causes trouble.